everyone, welcome back. And this week I'm delighted to be joined by my colleague Jack Vernon. Hi Jack.
Hi guys, pleasure to join you again, Neil.
Yeah, lovely to see you. Thanks for coming on to the video, Jack. Now you've been building up a database tracking VC deals in the machine learning platforms market, and from what you've been telling me, in October 2021 we crossed an important threshold with over $1 billion being raised by startups and scale-ups in this category in 2021. So before we dig more into that, because it's really interesting to explore why this is happening and what's happening next, why don't you quickly explain to us what a machine learning platform actually is?
So put simply, a machine learning platform is a commercial tool for developing and deploying ML algorithms and models. They help users pull data, select models, automate the training process, support deployment of models, and then track their performance once they're in production as well.
Right. Okay, excellent. And why do you think this area is seeing so much funding? Because over $1 billion, that's a lot of money.
So in a recent IDC survey from April, it showed us that only 25% of organizations have actually implemented AI or machine learning. And if you scratch underneath the surface and look beyond, say, the large internet businesses, very few are really running AI at scale meaningfully. So although many people within organizations recognize that AI is going to be hugely important and likely to disrupt their industry, very few have the know-how to build and implement AI at scale with open source systems. And this is where machine learning platforms come in. Investors recognize that the market for AI is still in its infancy, and that's like ML platforms is a great way to get exposure to the enormous growth opportunities in this category.
Right. So just to try and sort of play that back to you, fundamentally, machine learning platforms are a way to kind of broaden the market for AI, to move it out from being a really specialist, highly technical niche and make it more accessible and consumable by more kinds of people. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And investors are caught onto that too.
Right. Okay. So let's look at the deals that have actually been going on to make up this now over $1 billion. What's caught your eye?
Well, first off, 3 companies have done 2 funding rounds in this year alone. So PKI raised $21 million in February, and then a further $75 million in August. Snorkel AI followed a similar cycle with $35 million in April, and then a further $85 million this year. And then newcomers, Weights and Biases, have also completed 2 rounds, totaling a whopping $180 million US. And there's also a couple of companies that have done really big funding rounds this year too. So Data Robot has raised $300 million in July, and Dataiko raised $400 million in August. And I think the other interesting thing for me is the kind of notable emissions from the list this year. So far, neither Igazio or Spark Cognition have announced funding rounds, having gotten sizable backing back in 2020 and 2019, respectively.
Okay. So why are these companies looking to take on so much capital as opposed to perhaps growing organically?
So I think, first of all, startups and scale-ups are really taking advantage of the availability of capital looking to get into this area. So I think they're seeing very strong valuations right now, which is allowing them to get a very good return on equity, which might not be the case in future. And secondly, they've got a big fight on their hands. Not only are they going to have to compete against each other, but also they've got the enterprise cloud giants in this space, which already have well-established products in this category. The likes of Azure Cognitive Studios and AWS SageMaker, they're feature rich and they've already amassed a large market share in this space. So not only have they got to compete against themselves, but these large enterprise software vendors. And they're going to have to really intelligently deploy this capital in the coming years to be successful.
Jack, thank you so much for giving us an early insight into this work. And I know that it's going to be a lot of fun continuing to look at this next year. So thank you so much for your time.
Been a pleasure, Neil.
Great stuff. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you found this useful. If you did, do the usual, like, share, subscribe, and we'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care.